Hello and welcome back to Ray's Franchise. This is being recorded after the fact. I just realized that this video is less than, actually now with these added talking points, this video is under 20 minutes long. It's a shorter episode, as you can tell. I recorded it directly after we missed out on a playoff spot. It was roughly 1:32 in the morning, and you could tell I was completely out of it. But we did make some big moves. You can tell by the thumbnail. It's basically a short and sweet recap of the entire offseason. I only show things that I view were important because it was quite literally, most of the video was me just sitting there, simming through, signing contracts and offering, and not really talking about it or adding any insight. So this is from an hour and a half sim, right, of like actual playtime. And it's only like 20 minutes of actual talking. So that's what's actually in here. So I decided to come on, throw this out in the front of it, right? Just so everybody kind of gets the feel, knows what's going on. And yeah, so on to the actual part of the video. And after about a, 10, 15 minute break after I recorded last episode, we are back with this episode of Raiders Franchise. So we got some decisions to make with some 40-man spots. Right? Are we going to call up Domingo Rosales, who is currently the backup catcher? 91 is an interesting number. Fiducia needs to come back up to the majors. Henry Davis is going to be told to go kick rocks. Right? He's so good defensively, he can't hit. And that's no longer going to be our issue. I'll tell you that much. Luke Raley is also going to be let go. Cooper Bowman's now going to become the new super utility guy for this organization. Robbie Sable, a top prospect. And then at second base, we have kind of a big hole there. We might try Bryce Matthews. He has the opportunity to. But I think we're going to move Zachary to second base. He ends up staying the same overall. Still B potential. Nothing changed really big with him. One of the big things we're going to try and do during this offseason is get James locked up to a long-term extension. We know he's only going to get better as 99 potential is his ceiling. Is Jackie Zachary, we're not going to give him a long-term extension, right? He's somebody who, B potential, he's going to get good, but he won't get extremely expensive. If he keeps developing the way he currently is, he's going to price himself almost out of what we can afford for arbitration-wise. Right, if he gets up to like 98 and he's killing it, like, we won't be able to afford that. So we're going to have to get a contract to him signed earlier, and we can get the extra years and end up saving money in the long run with him. As it becomes expensive earlier on, yeah, we could be paying him nothing. In his final year of his deal, instead of making $35 million in arbitration, he'll be making 14, 13, maybe 15 at the most. We continue to sign through prospects. We got ourselves a blockbuster trade because apparently they didn't have a good enough shortstop out in New York. Mason Wynn will go in to be the defensive first shortstop. I don't really know what that's going to do to Willy Adames. They give up Jose Cabanero, Steven Hearns, Gil Ramirez, so a lot of good prospects. As we might want to take a look at what some of these offers are. Is Miguel Andujar, we're offering him a 1-year deal, around $9 million. He doesn't really want to be back for that, which I kind of don't blame him. So we can take a look at James, who decided to accept that contract offer. James will be making $15 million a year for the next 9 9 seasons. What a great deal for us. As Henry Davis is going to be told to go away. I understand this would be insane. I want to try and trade for Ellie. It kind of depends. Although Bryce Terang is kind of more the exact fit. I want somebody with a little bit more control than just one final year left. We just went out and made a pretty significant move. Jordan Walker is coming into the organization to supply some more power onto the team. In exchange, we give up Xavier Isaac, who wasn't hitting well at triple or at double A for us. He's going to get his big league call up as a 25-year-old. I wish Xavier Isaac the best, right? Jordan Walker, he's an interesting piece. I'm going to hold on to him for a little bit. He might be a part of an even bigger trade if we can get to it. So we're giving a trade offer. Parker Meadows. No. Logan Webb, a big deal to the Yankees. We have brought back an old friend. Randy Arozarena is back on a very reasonable deal. We're trying to bring in Tyler Holton, who has now joined the bullpen. That is a massive move for us. So we've been given a pretty big trade offer. As you can see, Villalobos holds a lot of trade value, as Miguel Andujar is back on a 1-year deal. If we take a look at how the lineup is constructed right now, Randy Arozarena would go to left field. I'm probably going to put Trey Morgan in right. Now, Jordan Walker is kind of now just stuck here, right? He's on the final year of his deal. My whole plan is I'm going to use Jordan Walker to go get a real solid starting pitcher. And there we have it. Nolan McLean, who last year struggled with home runs. His FIP has been better than what his career ERA is, right? I think he's a lot better than what we've seen so far. He's a young ace. And what's best is we have 3 more years of what Nolan McLean can give us. He's only 27 years old. He's going to be a great pitcher. I have high expectations as we've changed around how this pitching staff looks completely today. It costs us Division de los Santos, Esteban Villalobos, who actually went down in terms of potential. He's down to B potential. And Jordan Walker, who just got in here, right? He was on a 1-year deal. We've pioneered him, these 3 guys, into a legit ace. I think the idea now is that Brody Hopkins is going to go to the bullpen. He's got decent stuff, right? We saw a little bit as a reliever and it wasn't great. He's made massive strides. I think he can be kind of like a Ben Brownish kind of a guy. They got similar amounts of stamina. And that also then makes it easier for us to be cheap with how we handle the rest of this staff, as we have everybody who we want locked up on arbitration, so we can sim to the winter meetings. As that blockbuster trade breaks, what a huge deal for us. We got a trade offer for Bryce Matthews. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to trade him. What a trade package this would be. They want to send... No, they're trying to salary dump on us. I'm not going to be a fool. I'm declining these in a heartbeat. Not worth my time is... No, there's no reason for me to do that trade. So we can go to the draft lottery. We are currently expected to have the 16th pick. If we decide to jump up in this lottery, it would be fantastic. I would absolutely love it. As the Phillies, a team behind us, jumps up to 2. Everybody else slides back. Cardinals jump up as well. Rockies get the stick and pick after losing 111 games. As Riley Green's heading to the Braves, Braves continue to add onto what has been a just absolutely stellar team. Stay active as the Rockies make a big play. They're trading away Hunter Goodman, the final year of his deal. He's been a power-hitting catcher for a couple years now. Best year has been 2025 by a long shot. But their catcher room's very strong with Adley Rutschman, who was also a part of it. As there's still so much talent left on the board here. We've made another trade for another solid reliever. We add another great lefty into this bullpen. Jack Dreyer from Utah. He has just been tremendous for multiple years now coming out of their bullpen. Look at the amount of games he's thrown into the ERAs he's pitched with. He will be an absolute weapon in the back end of this pitching in this bullpen. As they keep trying to get Theo Gillian off us. All it cost us was Bryce Matthews and David Ramey. As I don't want any of your trash. Yeah, keep withdrawing these trades. I'm not... Oh, yes. Let me take back Johnny DeLuca, who's been horrible. No, but he had a 585 OPS. Look how much improvement he made. Byron Buxton to the Orioles. So we continue to sim through. Yeah, you can withdraw that because I was never going to make it. Johnny DeLuca, good. As they continue to withdraw trades and we sim through the final couple months of the year. This is a big trade. All-Star Gavin Lux? No, thank you. Joel Peguero. He's been hit or miss through a lot of innings. His FIP is not good, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Yeah, no, I'm not giving you them. Ian Seymour has won his case. He'll be making $1.5 million. Manuel Rodriguez will be making 3.6. Cam Smith will be making pennies. So we continue to sim through. Cam Monero's making nothing, dude. Same. Nolan McLean, $11 million. Jack Dreyer, $3 million. Chandler Simpson's making minimum wage. Same thing with Hunter Fiducia. And then Carson Williams, the same thing. Ben Brown, $3 million. That's not half bad. $7 million for Jacob Lopez. Really, still really cheap for Luis Morales. They are going hard in the paint right now for some of our talented players. They want to give us Brett Beatty, who I just don't have a spot for him right now. Like, obviously this would be a no-brainer trade, but I don't have a reason to make it right now. Like, Nick Mears, sure, I could add in, but like, I would give up this spot. It just doesn't make sense for us right now. Brett Beatty's a free agent at the end of the year. I'm not going to make that trade. As Ranger Suarez for Jack Caglione, the Red Sox will try and get him figured out as he's been bad to start his young career. Still plenty of time, though, for him to figure it out. I'm not accepting these trades. They've withdrawn from the market. Zach Littell. I don't want to dedicate that kind of money. He's on a longer deal than I'd be comfortable sitting through. And they've pulled that deal. Okay. And we are in to spring training. We can take a look at the roster where we're kind of short. We need to add probably a couple first basemen to the system. I'm going to go find really, really cheap guys in free agency and kind of just add some splash guys to this roster. So we've added a couple guys to roster. If we take a look at the transactions and completed, we signed Jose Siri, Jacob Junis, Brett Wisely's back. Gino Suarez is on a 1-year deal. It's $7.8 million. It's not a whole lot of money. It's something that we can quite literally just decide if we don't want him to cut him. And a couple younger guys. They're all going to be up at camp. For the lineup, this is kind of what I'm going to rock with to start. A lot of these young guys are going to get opportunities to play. We're going to let it sim through, pitching rotation-wise. Ken Wilson, I won this rotation. Nolan McLean can kind of just go wherever he wants. Because he's going to be part of the starting rotation, right? He's our probable opening day starter. So we can sim through here and see how everybody simulates and plays. As we're off to a good start in spring training. Doesn't really mean much. It's kind of just going back and forth between wins and losses. And this is when we start to make the first cuts. Nolan McLean, he's good. Ryan Pepio, he's good. Jacob Lopez is in danger. Cam Minetti's having a bad spring. Ken Wilson's having a very bad spring. He will go down to AAA. Jacob Junis is having a very bad spring training. Gino will be cut. I didn't think he was really ever going to have a real chance to make this team. Justin Henry Malloy is not going to make this team. I'm sorry. Jose Siri, same thing. He is solely on this team just for depth. He'll be outrighted to AAA. And we currently sit at 30 members of the roster. We have 2 days left of the regular season. Nolan McLean's been good. Pepio, Jacob Lopez, Luis Morales, Cam Minetti, Brody Hopkins. One has to go down. And I think it's going to be Luis Morales. Luis Morales will start the year at AAA. And now it's time to make a couple cuts to the pitching staff. We need to let go of a pair of relievers, meaning 2 of them. Rob is going to be cut. Manny does not have any options left. It's going to be Gomez who gets optioned. So for opening day, Jackie Zachary will be the leadoff man. Junior Camaneros, the 2-hole against righties. Jonathan Rander, the 3. Brent Rooker will be the 4-hitter. Randy Rosarena will hit 5. 6th will be the catcher for James. Trey Morgan will be the right fielder, batting 7th. Carson Williams is the 8-hole. Chandler Simpson is batting 9th. And then the changes, Miguel Andujar gets slotted back into the lineup. Having Miguel out here helps us just out a lot. Because let's say, for some reason, Trey Morgan stops hitting. Or Carson Williams goes to absolute shit. We can find ways to maneuver the lineup, right? We can try and see if we can move. As we know, he had experience playing third base. Can he go play second? Be a little bit overkill, but we can do that, right? So Miguel Andujar will hit 3, Brent Rooker 4, Aranda then 5, Randy 6. Ford will hit 7th, Carson Williams 8, and Chandler Simpson 9. So a very familiar top 2 and bottom 2 in the order. They stick right there. And in the pitching staff, Nolan McLean, the team's new ace, will be the first pitcher. Ryan Pepio is the 2-hole starter. Cam Minetti will be the 3-man. Brody Hopkins will be the 4, and Jacob Lopez will be the 5. Ian Seymour as long reliever. Manny Rodriguez will be a middle relief. Tyler Holton, Evan Phillips, Jack Dreyer are all the middle relief guys. The setup men are Ben Brown and Gabe Spires. The closer is yours truly, Griffin Jacks. We are projected 83 wins. Wildcard is projected 88. Division is projected 94. I think we're better than those rankings show right now. And, man, Almost forgot to talk about the rest of the bench bats, actually. Cam Smith is a bench bat. He is going to solely come on and hit against left-handed pitching. Hunter Fiducia is the backup catcher. You can do a lot worse than Hunter Fiducia being the backup. Brett Wisely is the bench middle infielder. After spending a year in the minors, he kind of filled in honorably. Now, he's not very good, but we don't need him to be. We just need him to be a utility infielder that can play quite literally everywhere. Second, third, short, and outfield. Only positions he doesn't play is catch, pitcher, and first base. As you can see how much money we are projected to have in surplus. So we can go ahead and try and make some moves as we will face Paul Skeens on opening day in Pittsburgh, our first road opening day of this series, I believe. So, I'd like to thank you so much for watching an off-season edition of Rays Franchise, and I will see you in the next one.